Bruce, I could not jump in there.
Right. Don't call him.
If you have a stop notice.
You'll just have to like.
We have everybody here that we're expecting,
Yes, sir.
and we.
And one more. Robin, are we live? Welcome. No, those are just, oh, yes, you were. All right. Are we live?
We're live, but I muted us while we were.
I just took it off the mute. We are ready to go.
Okay, I'm going to call this meeting to order and ask the staff if you would to make the roll call.
Chair Lavalley,
Here.
Member Parsons.
Here.
Commission Liaison Cone. Commission Liaison Ryan.
Here.
Secretary Ritter.
Here.
Alternate Bartlesmeyer. Vice Chair Jones.
Here.
Member Mann.
Here.
Yeah, Zoom. And alternate Ratterman.
Here.
And we have a quorum.
Okay. You have some minutes that were distributed. A motion would be in order to approve the minutes of the December 12th meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Ritter moves. Second.
Yeah.
Parsons seconds.
Who was the second?
Ritter moved. Parsons seconded.
Perfect, thank you.
Any changes or corrections? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The minutes of the December 12th meeting are approved. Tonight, we will just have one item in the agenda, which would be the Midwest Gas. I'm not aware of anything else, but if there's anything else that we need to adjust for the agenda, I would ask for you to do so. Seeing none, we'll proceed. Going through the routine here, other than what we're doing with Midwest Gas, are there any public comments that we have from anybody? And seeing none, we will move on. And no online that we see, because I couldn't tell. No online, I'm presuming, Robin.
I don't believe we had anyone online.
Okay, I would presume not, but I want to be sure.
Well, the civil engineer for the project said that he would probably participate with Zoom, but
But he's
I'm not in charge of him. So I
Okay,
don't know if he.
That's when we get to the
Is his
case.
name
When we get to the case, so,
Yes.
okay,
okay. I think we saw him on Zoom.
Yeah, we'll promote that now.
all right. Any old business? I'm not aware of any. Not, we'll move on to new business and ask the staff, if you would, to read in the case.
Mr. Chair, our only case this evening is Midwest Gas Supply, 16964 Manchester Road, which is an initial review of a proposed warehouse and office addition to the rear of an existing commercial building located within the Wildwood Town Center along Manchester Road and with frontage on Woods Avenue. Staff have prepared a presentation for you this evening to introduce the case before the applicant makes their presentation. So as noted, our first case concerns an addition to the rear of an existing commercial building. This building's located within our historic Grover community, and Midwest Gas Equipment has been part of this community since 2012 when they first occupied the building. The subject of this review is located within the Wildwood Town Center in its workplace district. And it's zoned. Get rid of. And it's zone C8 Planned Commercial District, which is governed by ordinance number 2754. And that also guides the development of 2 other buildings in that same location. The subject property has a Manchester Road address, but it does have significant frontage along Woods Avenue. The applicant has provided photos of the existing building and surrounding properties. This is the existing building. And then they are also, this building here is located at Manchester Road in front of this building to the north. It's home to J+B Wellness and SSM Physical Therapy. This is the rear of that building, and then this is the Wildwood Athletic Center. All of these buildings generally maintain the same architectural character and operate as a unit. As noted, the subject property does have significant frontage along Woods Avenue or Woods Road. This road is a scenic or historic byway, which is identified on the Wildwood Points of Interest map. It's actually one of this area's earliest roads, having documented existence in the early 1800s. It's named for Robert Woods of the Woods, Christie and Co. Logging Company. And it's generally known for its feeling of full immersion into the woods as you travel a narrow winding road through heavily treed hills. The reason we're talking about that is because the rear addition that we're talking about today will have some visibility from Woods Road. So here is a picture standing at Woods Road, looking northwest at the existing rear of the subject building, and also 2 residences that have are in that same general proximity to it. It should be noted as we go through these photos that the rear addition will bring the subject building 23 feet closer to Woods Road. This photo is looking a little more northward at the existing rear of the building from Woods. Here is another look of it with a little bit more of a westward view of it. As you can see, the existing rear of the subject building does have a wraparound deck and a number of windows that give it a more residential appearance. This picture is looking northwest at the southeast corner of the subject building from Woods. And then this is a closer view of that side elevation. These are the elevations that have been provided by the applicant in their application that you should have before you this evening. We're happy to report that the department did receive a set of earlier elevations, and we had some comments regarding them in large part due to breaking up some of the siding on the rear addition. And with that feedback, the applicant did graciously add some windows, which you can see in the current rear elevation that did break up that siding a little bit than what was there previously. We do believe that this addition did significantly improve the look of this new addition and made a big difference, and we're very appreciative of those changes. We do have some additional suggestions just for the applicant to consider. We're very attuned to the cost element of this. And so these are meant to be suggestions. We want to find the balance. But we would love it if you would consider potentially adding shutters similar to what is on the front and one of the sides of the structure to this rear elevation, particularly on that second story. And also, I think the side elevation doesn't have shutters either. So we think that would make it a more attractive building and hopefully wouldn't be too much of an addition to it. Additionally, it was just noted, and again, these are more suggestions than anything. But it was suggested that this window here be aligned with the windows that are on the bottom story of the rear addition. And our director also had the comment that perhaps it would look better if instead of 3 individual windows, there might be 2 of these larger windows in this general location. But admittedly, we understand there's office space down there and the windows might have something to do with the layout of the offices. So again, that's just a suggestion from the department. But again, we do believe that the addition of these windows really made a difference from what we reviewed previously. So at this time, we'll conclude our comments and we'll advise the board that it does need to approve with conditions or continue this application this evening. The applicants are here also to present and can ask and can answer your questions. And I do have a full set of plans if you need me to. So with that, I'll turn it over to you unless you have any applications at this time for the, questions for the department.
I'm up.
Yep, please proceed.
I have a question. I may, you said 23 feet closer to Woods Road. And my eyes are kind of failing me on the plot plan. So how close is this building gonna be when it's finished? Woods
To the road,
to the road, yeah.
Dennis, are you,
No, that's,
I think
Dennis is the smart one here.
probably do the math on the plot plan, but I can't see
Yeah.
the current.
yeah. You know, these 11 by 17s are fairly
I think
small.
Robin said 23 feet closer.
23 feet closer and I.
Yeah, the addition's 23 feet deep.
Oh,
So it's gonna be, the existing back of the building, it is, we're adding on 23 feet. By the
87, I think
87.
87 feet.
And
so is that 75 feet currently almost out from the deck maybe, so. It's still
Yeah,
pretty good.
it's quite a ways.
40, yeah.
He's got some, on the site plan here, he's got some dimensions from the property line. I guess is some sort of a setback line that they have there. It's pretty far, 70 some feet away.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, that answers it. Thank you. Yeah.
Amazingly, you guys were able to take some very nice pictures of that building from the road. I think in the winter in the snow helped. A little rugged, but there's a lot of trees there. It gets hidden.
yeah, I think Robin did a great job of explaining the project with everybody having kind of in their head what we're doing. So I'm not gonna repeat all that. We kind of know what we're doing. As far as the comment about the windows lining up, I went a different way with it. I just went with kind of a equal spacing on that floor instead of trying to line up windows with what's below. And as far as grouping the windows below, it's kind of based on the floor plan.
The lowest level is an office space, and so more windows are needed for individual offices. The first floor is the actual warehouse space where pallets and things will be up against the wall and really diminish the value of the windows a lot of times. And
And the
So-
ceiling in that area is, what is it?
17 feet.
Yeah, it's, instead of expanding the footprint, we went up to get the required storage that they need. So
So the-
it's a very tall room. But
So the
That's better
two on
than-
top don't,
huh?
the two on top are flexible. You could line them
Well,
up with the two outer.
The ones on top are
Yeah,
flexible.
so if you just line them up with the two outer ones below, singles.
No, I mean, I don't
Yeah, I
see any
mean,
reason that we
yeah.
can't line them up. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I mean, that seems easy.
that's a tendency that everybody kind of likes. We just spread them across there. But no, the center one, we can line up with the window below. We can actually have the one on the far right, centered on the two on the bottom, if you will. The one door can be moved. It could be centered over those two, but that's just a door out to, very fast or, you know.
Are we saying that?
I was just saying, if you can take this one and move it over that one and that one and move it over that one,
Okay.
maybe that would.
We're gonna have unequal spacing of windows on that low floor.
I
But
think
isn't that-
you're
isn't that in
probably
a-
looking aesthetically from the exterior.
Because in the
view.
inside, it's a warehouse, I mean, it's a storage room,
The
right?
ones on the middle floor can go anywhere you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
That's what she
If you're
suggested.
asking us to line them up, I'm okay with it. Are you okay with it?
Yeah. that's
Okay.
fine.
I mean, it's a storage
Yeah.
room, so
Yeah.
I see why you're doing it below. Cause I see the cubicles have
Those
each have a
are sort of
window, and
Where the room.
so I see those really aren't negotiable. But I think that,
That's an easy.
Yeah.
That's an easy do.
I think that's easier than anything.
As far as the shutters go, the one side of the building, existing side does not have any shutters, what the other side did. And so we just followed the lead on the one side because shutters are the cost item. And it was already there. Obviously, it's just a suggestion. So that will be up to the owners whether they want to put shutters all the way around the building.
Are we saying every window ought to have shutters?
Would that be the suggestion?
I would say the suggestion would be the top windows on that rear addition. And then also
On the left side
on that
elevation?
left side elevation. And then there's also a lone window, I think on the right side elevation that doesn't have
Yeah.
shutters.
That one you can't see.
Okay, so we're okay with that.
Yeah, the right one's not visible, but the back one, we were gonna do the side anyway in the front, because when I bought the building in 12. It's just, they can be replaced. And they're old and we need to replace anyway, so we were gonna do shutters, wasn't gonna do them on the back, but. I can't see why those three windows would make a difference, honestly.
There is trim around.
The three windows on the back.
Well, there's two windows,
Yeah,
one's
two
a
windows.
door,
Yeah.
there's just two windows.
Yeah.
One's a door.
I think that's if that was your intention to do it
The
anyway.
door. Yes, okay. Two windows on the back, yes.
Yeah,
So yeah, we can do those extra two, that's not,
Okay, are we doing it down the side on all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
yes, because they're worn out, they have to be replaced.
You're okay with that?
Yes, they're strong.
Okay,
We've
we will
been waiting
add
to do
shutters.
Appreciate it.
Getting back to what Mr. Ratterman had mentioned in terms of the distance and whatever, is there gonna be removal of trees to do this? And how many, what's, or to get that
Well-
extension of the land? And, because again, I think the concern is we're looking at the road and the visibility, and if you're removing trees, the
Well, we
building
wanna,
becomes more
we
visible.
wanna remove as few as we can, just to get the, we're gonna have to go, I don't know, maybe 10 feet away from the back of the building to build it all. But that's all, and it's heavily wooded. In the summer, you don't even see the building.
Yeah, in the summer, I did a Google map, which is apparently a summer image, and
Yeah.
it's all green.
Yeah.
But the other pictures you have in the winter, you can see it through the trees, but that's why I
Well-
wondered what you would get.
So
by
right now, the
tree
deck
removal.
goes out 10 or 12 feet, so there's no trees there.
Right.
So if we had to take any trees out, I think we did count like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 that had to come out. They were on that back area, the next 10 feet. But we told them that we would, replace, if we have to do some other trees, we can put some trees in. If we need to take, put some more in, but it's heavily wooded.
Mhm.
So,
I think big trees or little trees?
big trees.
Okay,
Yeah, the ones that are down there, I mean, that's been there a long time.
but the other thing I mentioned is that I know there's somewhere along the line, that we have a tree ordinance in terms of removal of big trees that you may need to take into account. I don't know what how the tree ordinance and whether they need to get a permit or what they need for that, but I just call it.
Okay, is that ARB?
No, that's the city. I'm looking to Melanie or Robin to,
We're also working on a site development plan has almost been approved. And so everything pertaining to the permits for the trees and approval of that will be taken care of along the way.
Okay. Right.
Is there any lighting on the back?
Well, there'll be one at the door, I know. Any door gets a light. Like up high kind of lights. I don't think so.
We don't have.
I don't know, we might.
Coming up that hill,
Floodlight
I
or two,
mean,
just,
in the winter.
yeah, I would say maybe a couple of floodlights on the
Yeah,
end.
okay.
well, I think there the concern is you've got floodlights on the end, or do you start drawing attention to it as opposed to the wooded area?
Well,
I mean, you
and
may
there's
want to put
also,
security, I don't know,
on
but
the other side, there is, houses that aren't too far, where we're
Yeah.
not building out, but there's houses that aren't too far away.
Yeah.
And we don't wanna shine, cause you
Right.
literally can see some of their living rooms from where we
Yeah,
are.
you don't.
And we don't wanna shine in their windows while we're not there,
No.
because they're trying to sleep and we're not.
The only thing is that the code requires that there be a light if there's a door, and
Yeah, I mean-
that was the intention, to have a light at
At
any
the back
door.
door.
The minimum is a light at every door, and there's 2 doors. Well, actually, 3. 2.
One at the deck and one down below.
So that would
They
be,
can floodlights, right? They can just
No.
be regular,
They could just be regular
So they're not gonna
coach
bother.
lights or
yeah,
wall.
do you
wall
wanna light it up in the back or not?
I don't think so. I mean, we've never had that. We've never had.
Are you going for less lighting?
less lighting,
Okay.
yeah, less lighting.
I
Alright,
would say
we
just
got
a
less-
regular coach.
We got,
Yeah.
we got code minimum less.
Yeah.
There'll be 2 lights.
There'll be 2 lights,
Doors.
Yeah.
little bitty lights.
Like a flashlight taped up there.
The other question I had is it looks like you're adding employees,
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we have, we'll
Quite a
be
bit.
adding a few employees.
because as I looked at both that as well as what showed on the Google map, was that, how many parking places do you have now?
Well, we share with Mike, we sold Mike our building in the front, so he has 2 buildings there and we share, and our timing. We have like 75 total in our parking lot and we all share them. With the Grove, we're all called the Grove. And so we all share them and none of our times are the same, like his people are there super early and then they're gone and then we're there and then the SSM people are up front and there's only a few of them. We always have tons of parking available.
Okay, that's what I wasn't sure,
Yeah.
whether what the parking
Yeah.
arrangements were.
Yeah.
If you didn't own the land with the parking lot at,
So,
you have rights to be able to use the
Yeah.
parking.
yes, we
area.
do. And we share, we all share it and then we all pay all of our fees together and we kind of pay into a little kitty. We've done it forever.
And Elmer is our civil engineer. He did a study on it. I think it's appropriate amount.
No
of
shade.
space.
Okay.
No parking.
Anyone else have any?
No,
No,
I'm not currently up to what is county code on exit travel distance. It looks like you've got one that's about 35 feet from your side exit. Is a dead end. Also looks like you're taking your front door off. Looking south. Out in front of the building.
no, that is a door that goes, so this was originally 6 offices when I bought it.
Right.
And we made it into 1, and that's a door that we don't use, it's like into a part of the warehouse. And the office starts where that blue door is, and that's where the
Well,
office
I
starts.
understand
Yeah,
that. My point is that in the warehouse, you have a portion that has probably 35-foot travel distance as a dead end.
So you have to have either an exit or spring.
well,
I don't know whether
there
that
is an exit, there's a couple exits back there.
garage doors don't count as exits.
No, there's other exit doors, there's 3 exit doors, I think.
And I
One,
think what he's saying is the
Side.
distance from here to any door could be in excess
Could
of what you
exceed what
need.
that dead end travel distance.
You just need to check the code.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure county will take care of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But if you had to put a door back there.
right, for sure, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're just being helpful right now to let.
Right.
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to be helpful, all of them.
Yeah, so
This is
just in
not an
case,
ARB thing.
so we don't run into it later.
It is, if you put that door, if you take that door off. it makes the front look unbalanced. It's a very formal front entry.
We're actually eliminating three doors.
Three doors,
Three doors, there's 3 doors there now.
This used to be a 4-unit building,
6 unit,
6-unit building.
crazy.
So I'm just asking that you check that A for code and B, if you have to do something with that door to have an exit at that end of that warehouse portion, leave the door there.
The issue that we've had throughout the years is people don't know where to go, because there's so many doors there and they're all closed and we don't use them because it was just for other offices. If people don't know where to go, they can come to our building. So we have to have
Yeah.
signs on all the doors saying this isn't really a door, it just looks like one. So that's the only door we ever use, but I understand what you're saying about protection and being able to get out,
There-
so.
If the county reviews it and says that it is a dead end situation right there, a door can be added very easily, but the building is not sprinklered, okay?
Yeah.
Because the business use and the actual moderate storage has no requirement for
Well, the reason
sprinkler.
I asked about sprinkler is it,
It would eliminate a lot of that. It would increase your travel distances
Exactly.
and everything like that, yes. So they'll tell us whether they believe that that's an issue or not in that process of submitting this set of documents on that. As a matter of fact, this phase right here on that plan is under a separate permit than what we're talking about tonight, because this is the addition, because this is an exterior issue. Phase one is just, they're just gonna rehab the inside of the building. And that's it. That's what the phase one is all about. So
what raised my curiosity is that it's drawn like it's being demoed.
yeah, that portion, the existing building is part of a phase one remodel that will occur under a separate contract. We were only required to submit this to the ARB because we're adding to the building and it's not.
Right, but I think if you start to modify the front of the building, what you're saying is it needs to be.
Well, and
in front of the ARB.
it is part of this plan that says these doors were being removed because like they said, it was an issue of where do you go situation. So they just had a single entrance now. They'll just replace those with windows. But yes, we did make that part of the package.
You've got two porches and if that bigger porch needed a door to make it look sensible, is that kind of where you're going?
I think all he's saying is that if you start to change the front of the building, then we need to look at that as well. I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
And then he's trying to point out the code violation.
Right.
Well, so if
Yeah.
the code ends up not being an issue, I guess we could put a window in there if that becomes an issue with you guys too. We don't want the door there because that's been an issue.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
The porch we got here, would you be okay if that was your door?
I'm sorry,
Is that a door right now?
where are you at? I'm sorry. I'm
The
just
front
the front of the
door.
building.
Here's
Okay,
your front door.
I'm saying a window right here.
Maybe you made all these windows,
Right.
so this is a porch and it doesn't have a doorway.
Right.
So maybe one of those could one of those remain a door?
It
Is that
could.
what we're talking about?
She's talking about this right here.
Yeah,
the-
well, they're
this one
saying if we
line.
change this, we gotta show it, we gotta. They're showing what we wanna do. They're saying maybe it looks not right without a door under that porch. Is that what we're saying?
That was the second portion of my concern, because it's a very formal front. The left side of that had two doors, both particularly located in relationship to the columns at the front of the building.
Right.
The other side is different, but still balanced. And you made the left side look unintentional.
We did the original building also.
Yeah. Well, so where it's right here and it looks where there's windows, those are actually doors now. So we have door, 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 door. So if we need to put a window here to balance it out, if that's your concern, we can do that as well.
That would be-
Which is the main door you use for?
This one right
That one over there.
Yeah. Cause this actually just goes to the warehouse. We were hoping to keep that without a door just so we could use it for extra skid space because we're so out of space in our warehouse.
On the other, if you simply marked it emergency exit only, people who come to it and see it's an emergency exit, they would go to the other door.
From the outside market that way?
Outside and inside, whatever you need to do, but, you know, people, if it says emergency exit only, you're not gonna see people readily
Yeah.
using it. It's just an idea in terms of how to approach it.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping the door, but limiting its use.
How does that affect the office, the configuration, if we leave a door there?
Under the other,
Yeah, side, the porch. where it has
the
two
porch,
windows.
well, there, I mean, it's, you could put a door there, but it's in a private
In an
office.
office, that's not an office, yes. And there's actually, that's an office that has cubicles in it, and that door would be right in the middle. I already have an issue with that.
There's two doors under that thing right now.
There are now, yes, correct.
All right, what do we need to do to get past?
First, it's the issue of, do you have an exit violation issue? County will drive you on that. If they say you have an exit issue, leave the door. If they say you don't have an exit issue, I'd suggest putting a window in there. It solves your problem of having people come up and say, can I get in here?
Right.
Go to the door next door.
So you're approving it with all windows?
All windows?
No, not all,
With the one door and.
what we've drawn, are you approving what we've drawn? That being
With
all,
adding-
Say
That
we add
door.
window,
If we don't have an exit issue.
Yeah.
okay.
So just put it in.
And
the window.
So if county says put a door there, we'll put a door there.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
And you can. I mean, you can pull it out. And I've seen it done where they pull it so that you can still play with critical stuff up against it.
Yeah.
You're not seeing it.
Yeah, because we will have a split row right there, right where that.
Yeah. I can see why you wouldn't want that to be seen.
From the door back. They're not talking about this, they're talking about this area right here.
Yeah.
But if we had a front door here. This existing door back here.
When you're talking about the door, are you talking about over here?
No?
No, you're talking about putting this one back. That's where your fire, where you're worried about the fire thing. Okay. All talking about-
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
That's
All right.
what you've done with the windows over there looks.
okay.
Because this distance looks to be about 35 feet. They are limited by code
Right.
to 20 feet. not-
Okay.
There is a side exit on that side floor. that-
Well,
Yeah,
that's
but I
what I'm
think he's
This-
saying the side
this
exit to
door
the
here-
bottom
this door-
exceeds.
It's on the platform right here. Let me show you where it is. So there's already let me show you where it is.
You've got different plans than I do.
So here's the front of our building.
Yes,
That's an existing door to the outside right now. That will stay where
no, I
it is.
understand that.
But
Okay,
he's saying
I'm
this
saying this
distance.
distance
right.
could exceed your travel limitations
Oh.
because you're building with that.
And it is more than 35 feet there, I think, a little bit.
I don't
It's
know.
not, it's not really far, but I think it might be a little.
Still can't figure out what.
And then based upon your construction type.
You're talking about
based
the
upon-
side doors?
Yeah.
Could be.
The
as low
distance,
as
what he's
60
talking
feet.
about is the distance from here to here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exceeding without sprinklers. You might still need another exit over here.
To there, she's concerned.
You can throw a chair through one of our 50 windows.
He's concerned that.
That's how I'd get out of it with a fire.
County will drive.
Just like a nice, like golden hammer there, so you just.
Well, that's the county.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it's fabulous.
Yeah, I would have rather have one window there,
So
but we
this
couldn't
way
do
you
that
can
because of the office
possibly putting a
space.
door
We had to
back
have
here
two
because
there
this
for
distance
smashing in,
is
but
dead end.
it's just the way it works.
It is.
We tried to rework it over and over with the plans, but just couldn't make it
Well,
work
this
any
is-
other way.
This is part of the, yeah, this is the wall. So the door would be right here. If the travel distance is too great, we can leave that door in,
Yes,
is what we're saying.
yes.
Okay.
That will be driven by county's review of that.
Any other questions or comments?
No,
So are we approving this or are there conditions, a conditional approval? Or do we have conditions dealing with doors or the door? We don't need to worry about the doors because that would be a county issue.
county issue will take care of the door.
Take care of the doors. So we,
The other concern was the balance of the front elevation. We should probably add the window if it is not a door.
Okay.
And I think that, you have 3 windows drawn in the warehouse, you might be able to move that rack if you had to have the door, so you wouldn't lose any racks. Cause on here you have 3 windows you're showing, I think, and you only had 2.
We probably be okay going, well, right now, we're solid windows along the back now, and we still have racking up against it. It's not
Okay.
ideal, but we have it there.
Yeah, I just don't want you to have to lose any storage.
Yeah. It's like work around it.
So we have a condition or not? We do have a
Yes.
condition. Okay, the condition is a window if there's
If
not a
it's not a
door,
door.
if it's not a door. Okay, so a motion would be in order
Yeah,
to
one on the
approve
front.
with the condition
Do
that, and I don't remember which door it is, but the window if there's not a door there.
Do we have to add the shutters and the window moves
I
on the
think that was
back?
simply a
or-
suggestion. Is that something we can?
It sounds like the building is gonna get shutters all the way around.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's not gonna get shutters is the
So we don't
lower,
have to.
the lowest level.
But you can't see it.
And so my understanding, if county says travel distance an issue, this door stays.
Yep.
Yes.
If county does not have an issue, that will become a window with shutters.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
Wall of windows in the front of that building now.
All right. Any other discussion? Motion would be in order to approve with that condition.
I'll make the motion.
Ritter makes the motion, Mr. Parsons seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
I,
The ayes have it. You have your ARB action.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
how
you.
do we, it's just, you'll review these again sometime or what?
No, we don't,
Yeah, the
No.
architecture review board, you have your final approval here. We will need a final set of plans with either the window or the door after.
The ARB recommendations will be given to somebody who we did.
Yeah, so when you apply for your municipal zoning approval, that can only be approved with the ARB approval. And so we'll need those plans as part of the building or the municipal zoning approval anyway.
This set right here is the phase 2, which is the addition, and that I will take care of that
Yeah,
under that phase 2 submittal for you.
correct.
So,
Yes, and so we'll need that. If you want to send us the plans, after they're completed with the shutters and everything where they're supposed to be at, so that we can include it in for the architectural review approval,
okay,
that would be fantastic.
all right, I'll stay in touch with you.
Perfect, thank you.
So it's shutters, door or window.
Shutter, doors, window. Got it? Got it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
all right.
Very friendly ARB, by the way.
Got a lot of suggestions, all right.
We've always had good luck up here. We've had lots of.
Any other items for this evening? If not, our next meeting date, if needed, is Thursday, February 13th. And a motion to adjourn is in order. Mr. Ritter will move and I'll give Ms. Jones the credit for the second and all of the favor say aye.
I.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you.